This is CNN.
All right, welcome back. Now to the latest on the Donald Sterling scandal. The LA Clippers, the team, the players, managed to fight through distractions surrounding the team last night, but they couldn't defeat the Oklahoma City Thunder. Clippers co-owner Shelly Sterling was at the Staples Center for the game. Game 3 of the second round of the playoff series. The Clippers now trail in the series 2-1. Meanwhile, the Sterling scandal has taken yet another turn with the release by Radar Online of a new audio recording. Here's our Brian Todd.
He says he wasn't full of hate, but was full of testosterone.
I'm talking to a girl. I'm trying to have sex with her. I'm trying to play with her. What can if you were trying to have sex with a girl and you're talking to her privately and you don't think anybody's there, you may say anything in the world. What difference does it make?
Radar Online, which released the recording, says this is Donald Sterling explaining why he made those racist comments to V. Stiviano. CNN cannot independently verify that the voice is Sterling's, and we don't know who he's speaking to.
I have a girl here who has black kids and is partly black, I think, myself. I love the girl. And so she's telling me you're wrong. I know I'm wrong. What I said was wrong. But I never thought the private conversation would go anywhere out to the public. I didn't want her to bring anybody to my game because I was jealous.
V. Stiviano has denied leaking the racist comments from Sterling to the media, has said she did not have a physical relationship with him. We couldn't get comment from the NBA or anyone representing Sterling to this latest audio release. Sterling's estranged wife, Shelly, is facing her own backlash against her plan to keep her 50% ownership of the LA Clippers. Doc Rivers, the team's coach, said if Shelly Sterling remains part owner,
I think it'd be very difficult. I guarantee you every person wouldn't be on board with that. Whether I would or not, I'm not going to say. But I just know that would be a very difficult situation for everybody.
Shelly Sterling's attorney responded in an email to CNN, stressing her ownership would be passive, that someone else would control the Clippers. And we also find it improbable that players and coaches under contract for millions of dollars a year would boycott their teams because of concerns that a 79-year-old woman would rock the boat. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver insists the league only wants to force Donald Sterling out as owner, but one sports attorney says that may change.
It sounds like at this point things just keep getting worse. The Sterling name appears that it may be too toxic for the NBA.
Shelly Sterling's attorney says if Donald Sterling is forced out as owner and she retains her stake in the Clippers, she is not going to let Donald Sterling have any involvement with the management of the team. But a source close to Shelly Sterling's camp tells me she wants to continue going to the games. Brian Todd, CNN, Washington.
All right, so Shelly Sterling says she is in charge of the team. So what does that mean for the NBA's efforts to force her estranged husband, Donald Sterling, to sell the Clippers? Let's bring in our legal guys. Avery Freeman, a civil rights attorney and law professor in Cleveland. Ooh, that beautiful green. And Richard Herman, a criminal defense attorney and law professor, joining us from New York in a tux. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
For you, Fred.
Oh,
for you.
Yeah, just for me. We're going to explain what the tux is all about in a moment, guys. But, first let's talk about, let's talk about Shelly Sterling. Clearly has no intention, gentlemen, of giving up her claim to the LA Clippers. Listen to what her attorney said in the Situation Room.
And we will fight to the death any effort by the NBA to involuntarily sell her asset. Now, at the same time, I'm in conversations with the league, with Adam Silver this morning. We hope to resolve this dispute, but make no uncertainty about this. She will defend her right to decide when and how and for what price she sells her 50% interest in the Los Angeles Clippers.
All right, a fight to the death, he says. That's what Shelly Sterling is going to do. So, Richard, does the NBA, have any real leverage considering the worst accusations about her role in that apparent, discrimination involving the apartments, the properties they own, were dropped? So, would the NBA be able to say, well, we have this morality clause, and, Donald has violated it, but we don't have any record that she has, so she has to keep her half of the team, right? Richard?
You know, Fred, the NBA Constitution and bylaws does not have a morality clause, number one. And number two, the commissioner made it crystal clear that his ban is only and solely with respect to Donald Sterling. He specifically said that. He didn't include the wife at all. Personally, I think the release of any information, especially the kind that Donald Sterling just did, is what he needs right now, because the train is rolling and building up steam down the track, and I don't see how these owners can possibly keep him in. I think the pressure on them is enormous, and I think you're going to look at 80 to 90% of the owners voting to oust him. Having said that, Fred, as we talked last week, I think he has serious and real causes of action against Stern, against the NBA, and perhaps against the other owners for the snippets of release of an illegally recorded conversation said in his bedroom. This is constitutional, smashing in your face, Avery.
Okay, so that's perhaps another issue. So, you know, Richard keeps saying him, so he's talking about Donald Sterling. He's not talking about Shelley Sterling. So in your view, Avery, Shelley would be able to maintain her 50%, and if the owners vote Don Sterling out, they cannot necessarily vote her out? Is that what we're saying?
I don't agree with that, Frederica. I mean, you've got to take a strong stand. You can't be lily-livered about these things. The fact is that the commissioner, under Article 13 of the Constitution, has the right, broad discretion, probably unbridled discretion, in making decisions where there's an adverse action, an adverse effect on the league. The fact is, if the players are going to boycott, if the fans are repelled by what's going on, if the sponsors are bailing out, I think at the end of the day, Commissioner Silver has to end this. Now, Shelley Sterling will get 1/2 of whatever dough the franchise is sold for, but she is going to have no ownership interest. In fact, she's characterized as a non-controlling owner. So I think ultimately she's out. Whatever she's saying, she will be gone. She'll get her money, and goodbye to the Sterlings.
Okay. Richard?
Fred, the team is owned in a trust, the Sterling Family Trust. It's not owned in the name of Donald or Shelley. It's the Sterling Family Trust. I think it's going to be virtually impossible for the NBA to compel the trust to sell this team. And I think there can be injunctions filed in court to prevent this based on this scenario of facts. Now, it may be that the owners hate Sterling for all the years and abuse they believe he's created for the league and everybody else. But this is not, these set of facts that we're facing today, really, if this is what's going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back, I don't think it's going to hold up in court. I think the Sterlings have legitimate claims to stop this.
All right.
Not the issue.
Okay, Avery, Richard, we will talk about it again, because every day there's so much more material added to this pile of really mess. Hey, but before we go, gentlemen, because who can overlook the fact that you both look so dashing, but Richard is in a tux, and I do want to mention why Richard Herman is going to be receiving a very special honor. He is being awarded an Ellis Island Medal of Honor, the ceremony taking place shortly after he gets off the air, from the National Ethnic Coalition of Organizations.
Congratulations.
That's
Terrific.
right. The group says its awards are given every year to, quote, American citizens who have distinguished themselves within their own ethnic groups while exemplifying the values of the American way of life. So congratulations to you, Richard. That's where you will be, there at Ellis Island later on for this Ellis Island Award. So congratulations. Well deserved.
Way to go, man.
Thank you, Fred and Avery. You know, I share this with my wife, Elisa, President Bryson, Joshua, Briella, and my very dear friends, Ramon Desage and Adib Cassis. Thank you so much.
Oh, fantastic. Well deserved. Congratulations. Have a wonderful day. What a beautiful honor. And I couldn't think of anybody else who is more deserving than you. Thank you so much. Both of you, award-winning. Every time I turn around, Avery and Richard are receiving some incredible distinction. They're awesome, and we're so lucky to have you every weekend. Thanks so much, gentlemen. We'll be right back after this.